awesome competitors. Right now, we got two of them here. We got Bailey Murphy. We got Kevin Walker. What's going on, guys? Yeah, yeah. And we also gonna have Shaquan Parson coming on in a little bit. He actually just left the gym, so he don't miss no days, huh? You could. Hey, so congratulations to you guys on at the Battle of Atlanta for your wins. It was awesome. I had a great time watching you guys, and when I saw you guys there, I got excited because I wanted to be there. Some good competition at that event, being certain the circumstances. So so it was awesome for me. Now, Bailey, you won three, right? You won three things: the lightweight grand, the open weight, and the team fighting. So it was like a full-blown team event for you guys, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it was like a full-blown team event. We got Romani back. He hasn't competed in a couple years, so it's good to have him back fighting me and Brandon. And then it ended up being me and Romani in the final for open weight. And then I was able to win in the lightweight overall.
And you guys won teams. That was pretty good. That was actually 4 teams. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And you guys won that. Yeah, exactly. And then Kevin, you guys had a team there as well, and you can hear us fine. You're good. Okay, you maybe if you don't hear us, put that there. Come in and come back if you can't hear. Good. Usually that works. Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. So yeah, man, you had a sweep pretty much, right? You had a sweep pretty much. That lightweight. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Wait, here we go. We got him back. All right. Can you hear us good now?
I can hear you. I couldn't hear you before.
Oh, okay. You're good now. Okay. All right. So yeah. So Bailey, you won open weight, the teams, and lightweight. That's like pretty much like a sweep, right?
Yeah.
Now that's probably the hardest thing as a fighter to do. Have you done that before? Have you guys done that?
No, I haven't. To be honest, I mean it doesn't necessarily count because it's not a NASCAR event. But I've never even won an open weight at a NASCAR tournament yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It officially wasn't a NASCAR World event, right? Yeah. So it can't count for that, right? That's true. Yeah, that is true. Hey, Kevin, have you done it before?
Not all three. Not all three. Definitely not at a NASCAR. No.
Man, that's probably like
2, but not all 3.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the hardest things to do now in the sport, right? To win 3, and like I think I've seen like Cam do it and Avery, Morgan, right? It's like only a select few I think that have done that. So that's kind of like prestigious right there. I think that's like the most prestigious thing you could do, especially the bigger tournament. Like you do it at a Diamonds or one of the bigger ones. That's a pretty good goal to have right there. And hey, but you guys, one of the cool, it was great to be there and see you guys competing, and like, but it felt a little different. It wasn't NASCAR, right? But it still had some of that national feel. It didn't feel like a regional tournament, right? But it didn't feel like a NASCAR tournament. So yeah, how did it go for you guys? Kevin, go ahead. You start. Like, how did you feel? How did you enjoy the event?
I enjoyed the event, man. It was definitely a quality event. It had top level talent in the house. It was very well organized. I loved how they did all this social distancing procedures. Everything was professionally run. So all of that was great, and it gave me a lot of peace of mind because going into it, I didn't know what to expect. So, but they definitely enforced all the procedures and guidelines that they wanted to.
Yeah, man, that's true. And now Bailey, I don't know if do you have concerns like that? Like, oh man, I don't want to get sick coming out here. I hope they got everything. Is that a concern that you have when you guys decided to go to the tournament? You're just like, whatever, let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a concern for me because I mean I'm in school, so that was a big thing for me. So the first thing I did when I got back was actually to make sure they get tested and stuff like that because it's important.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, since I'm staying in campus, stuff like that. So that was a kind of a concern of mine. So it was cool how well ran it was, like with all the different sessions and making sure they check the temperature and stuff like that before coming in on both days. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely a great thing. And then I mean
Yeah,
that
all the refs made sure they had the mask on too. I never saw them kind of put it down. That was professional. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
If it wasn't 10 minutes from my house, I don't think I would have gone, just because of the climate of everything. So just for the convenience of it being right down the street and me understanding the procedures that they were going to take, I felt comfortable enough going to that one. So,
Yeah, I think that they did everything right, and they had 4 rooms and they had 10 rings there. So it was actually, for how things are, like, to have like, maybe half of what you get, which is like maybe 400 or 500 competitors. That's a lot, and it didn't look 500 competitors. If you think about it, I've been to these tournaments in one room. It's it's not a big NASCAR World event, but it's a lot of people, and they made it look like it was empty, right? Almost empty, like you felt safe in there, right? Yeah. So they did a good job with that, like you guys. So hats off to them, and it's great that we got people still trying to make the sport, keep the sport alive with the virtual stuff and seminars. You guys are doing a bunch of those privates, and you guys are keeping the sport alive too by advertising, and doing that stuff. And then Jesse with the Pro Point thing, which is it's cool. Now, Kevin, you fought at the Pro Point, the first one with Ryan. And then Bailey, you fought at the first one too. This is your second one, but this time you got Jack Felton, which is kind of like a fantasy match, right?
Yeah.
So you guys have never fought before, correct?
Yeah, for sure. And that's something I've been looking forward to since I got the call from Jesse, because that is my favorite fighter. So it's kind of a good feeling to be able to fight him, especially in a set fight where I could completely focus just on him, where I don't have to worry about other competitors and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's right. You focus on one fighter, and that's what's cool about the set matches. That I like that. Kevin, now you fought Ryan in your last match. I mean, that's probably one of the things you probably like about these things too, right? You just get to prepare for one fighter pretty much.
That was one of the most nerve-wracking things for me. That's why my preparation for tournaments is so easy, because I don't train just for one specific person. I just train to be the best version of myself. So having this set match approach and knowing about it for weeks before it happened, it was just like an uneasy feeling for me. It was just like, I have to train with this one person, and for us have fought so many times, it was like that. So
yeah, man, like the way tournaments are, it's kind of like the game plan is kind of similar to basketball. Almost every night you play a different team or whatever, and then not every night, right? But almost every night, and then so basically your game plan is quick. So in a tournament, you're like, okay, right there, I'm looking at this guy, I'm fighting him. Game plan quick. But then with the set matches, it's almost like football. You got a whole week to prepare, for that game. So it's like it's different, right? Like mentally, I just thought about how it could affect you. Like you're like Bailey, you're excited, you're focused, and you're like, okay, and concentrate. And then Kevin, you're like, oh, that's not how I do my things, but I have to change it up. But that's cool. That's cool to see your perspectives on that. That's awesome. Now, Bailey's gonna fight Jack, right? And that's your teammate. But the question on that is, Bailey's been watching him grow. He grew up watching Jack. Now, when you first moved up to adult, who did you have a fight that kind of like? I know Bailey has had a bunch of those type of fights already, but who was that first fighter that you fought going to adult that you're like, oh man, I'm fighting this guy?
This reminds me of one of my favorite podcasts. Quentin Richardson and they do the Knuckleheads podcast. And the first question they asked, when you got to the NBA, who's the first person to bust your behind? So the one most memorable fight for me going into adults was Jack. I fought him Diamonds. A freshman in college, and this guy spreaded me. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's the only time I've ever been spreaded in life. So like I remember that, and then I fought him in that exact same ring when I won my second diamond. So it's just crazy to see how things like that um, add to your growth and development, and then just how it makes you into who you become in the future, or like Bailey says, in the present.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I remember like for me, like Pedro, I fought Pedro in teams one time. I was like, oh my God, I'm fighting Pedro. I even was like, it's an honor to fight you. And he was so cool. When I scored a point, he like slapped my butt and was like, good job, you know? So I was like super cool of a champ to do something like that, you know? And I always remember that more than anything when he did that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, it's something special, right? When you fight somebody you kind of looked up to, like I fought Tony Young too, and the Brady's, like, man, those are my, you know, the people I grew up watching. That's like awesome. So, but it's a cool type of feeling, you know. It's not, you know, it's like you want to beat them, but it's like an almost like an experience almost. But that's cool. So one of the days you guys are gonna be like that. You know, there's these juniors now watching you guys, and it's gonna be like that. So it's pretty cool. Now, think about it. You guys are like the young elite, right? And it's gonna be cool to compare to like the you know, the generation that just passed. Like I can't wait to start doing that. Like, you know, Bailey, Kevin, Elijah, right? Right, some good young fighters. Avery, the Cam. Imagine a 5-man team like that versus a 5-man you know, super team, right? That'll be pretty cool. But you guys haven't done, you know, I wouldn't do it yet because you guys still are building your careers, right? It wouldn't be fair right now to compare. That's why I wouldn't want to do a fantasy like that, right? But what do you guys think about that?
Bring them on. Tell them that's the gear house.
Hey, but the cool thing about it is those guys right now, if they wanted to, they could come out and fight like Jody, Raymond, Trevor. You know, imagine like a 5-man team like that. You know, Ross, he's not competing anymore. So they're kind of like that generation, and against you guys, that'll be cool, right? That'll be super cool.
Love it.
But yeah, man, it's really cool. Hey, now during the quarantine, you know, did you guys train like normal, like full season, like you're getting, or did you take a little bit time off? How was it for you guys?
For me, so during the quarantine, my first time training with like another human was in beginning of June. So
Yeah.
I was still keeping up with my drills and stuff like that. I was staying in shape. I have like mats and stuff in my basement. So I was working out, doing that type of stuff, kicking the Wave Master. My team, we had a couple of like Zoom practices. So we did some stuff over Zoom, stuff like that. But other than that, that's really all. I didn't practice anyone until like mid-June.
It's crazy. Like when everything first shut down, I was nursing the injury that I had at the Irish Open. So it wasn't until about 3 weeks after. So about 3 weeks to a month into quarantine, I was able to start back training. And once I did, it was a different for me. I trained a lot because that was the one thing that was keeping me sane. That was the only thing I could do because we were on lockdown, and I was like really specifically adhering to that. And I only left to go get, you know, food sometimes. And I was just training at the track and doing outdoor stuff, and then we're doing Zoom calls with the team.
Yeah.
And we've been doing it every week since the quarantine started, every Saturday. And I started training with Chris and other people in person at the beginning of May, and then we started sparring like around June. So, you know, just, you know, doing stuff. And then the gym that I train at opened up like at mid-June, so started getting back to normal like when the summer hit.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know, that's something super cool because, you know, it looks like you guys are doing it, but like training with your teammates on Zoom. Have you ever done something like that before this, or you started it like now, where you train with your team on Zoom like that?
That was my first time.
It was the first time doing it on the Zoom platform. Me and a couple of the guys had done like an online session before, but not like how we're doing it now.
That's one of the positives, right? Like you could train now. You know,
huge plus of this. Like, I had a lot of blessings from the quarantine for sure.
Yeah, man, that's a super plus. And you know, I know you guys got a lot of virtual stuff going on, like seminars and private. So you guys are available, right? Like, if do you guys have a place like for them to go to? Do you have a website, or just talk a little bit about any things that you guys are doing, any programs or whatever?
So yeah, I'm available for lessons and stuff. People normally message me over Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and then I either do a Zoom lesson or a Skype lesson. That's where I do it, and then yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm available for Zoom and Skype lessons and seminars. So both the individual and the school owner, or anybody who needs me, I got you. And then also I have the Swift coaching platform, and on that platform each week I do a live training session with the members. So yeah, just contact me, Facebook, Instagram, but also you can email me at kevinwalkerkarate@gmail.com.
Yeah, for sure. Both of these guys are great instructors. I've seen them doing drills, and I saw Bailey do a live of this one. So make sure you guys contact them. If you want to be the best, you got to train with the best, right? Yeah, man. Hey, so at the tournament, you guys were the tournament was over, and then I kind of regret not catching this with a stream or something, but then it was cool. The forms guys, the fighters, you guys started just doing flips, right, and tricking and stuff, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know you guys could do that. So like tell us more about that. How did that get started? It was probably
since I was younger, I've always been kind of like real athletic, so I pick things up easy. I've always been able to do a couple things, like when tricking, and people show me stuff, I kind of like copy it, and then I'm able to do some stuff. So yeah, I've been able to do that for a while, and I don't know, it was cool to all of us doing that as a group at the end. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, man, that's it was just a real nostalgic feeling for us. Definitely at the Battle of Atlanta in years past and other events, we always would finish by doing tricks and gathering in the ring doing it. So, and it's funny because my ankle wasn't feeling the best, but I saw everybody out there doing it, and FOMO, man, I had that fear of missing out. I had to hop in and do some stuff. So it was fun.
Yeah, man, for sure. Hey, now you guys, won the Bailey, you won the lightweight grand. Kevin, you won the heavyweight grand. And I heard a few people saying, "Oh, they should fight." Let's say just fight, for anything or something. Like, man, and that brings me to the point. Maybe in the future, would you guys like to see more of that? Because some tournaments do it where they give something extra or special out, right? Would you like to see that happen where they just lightweight grand, heavy grand, and just do something, for something? And what would it take? Like, sometimes maybe, let's say the promoters are like saying, but then they want $1,000 each, and then they want another 1,000 or whatever. But how much would it take for you guys to do that extra fight? Like, to me, I don't think it has to be another 1,000 or maybe 500 or something. I would say
for me personally, at that point, just eyes to watch us and solid judges. Like, everybody done got paid, so let's just see who's gonna be the one winner of the event, and if you do want to incentivize it with more money or some type of award or gift, fine, but just having the ability to say I was the one winner of this event, that would do it for me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true, man. That's true. Hey, like you guys just said that, people, that one true winner, right, of the event, and it's just like 2 people left, right? And that's it. You're like, oh, I wonder who would have. How many times have people said after a tournament, oh, I wonder who would have won between them, right? Like, we're gonna have to start doing point fighter matches out in the bar room, the empty bar room, or on the side of and just stream it and see to decide the winner. Maybe each side puts a few 100 on the side.
How does it work though? Like, you get a lightweight winner and a heavyweight winner, to go out and y'all meet somebody and you're like, oh yeah, I won the tournament, but then you talk to the other person like, I won the tournament, and they're like, no, who won the tournament? So you need to find that one winner for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure. That's some good times. Now, hey, Bailey, you also have I can't believe I haven't talked about this. I forgot about it almost. The Pro Point. We're doing the Pro Point thing, and you're one of the fighters in that. Yes, it's an 8-man tournament. Plus, we got wild cards. It's going to be a great card. Get your tickets at propointfighting.com. All right. And then, but we got 7 seminars. Bailey's one of them, and the whole 2 nights of fighting for $35. So that's like a super good deal that we got going. It's going to be super exciting. Wait till you guys see the ring that we got. We're going to have a show on Pro Point too. So more on that later. But hey, so Bailey, now this is an 8-man tournament. So it's kind of similar to a regular tournament in a way, right? For you, is that kind of how you're looking at it pretty much?
Yeah, I'm looking at it as a regular tournament, and a lot of the people still I'm able to see. Like I follow a lot of the people there, so I'm kind of familiar with the people that are in the tournament. So it's really just looking at film. If I'm gonna do that, look at film of all the fighters collectively, and then just prepare for myself, like within myself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kevin, and you got your teammate, you got Robbie in there. Hey, you know who's a wild card from Argentina? He's part of you guys. You guys started a Young Stars thing, right? And then Tobias is on that now.
Okay.
Tobias,
Nice.
yeah, I know that he told me recently, which is breaking news. I don't think anybody knows, but but yeah, he's waiting for his uniform as well. But yeah, so tell me more about that, like the Young Stars thing that you guys are doing. How does that work?
Yeah, man, like to get more information about that, definitely you want to refer to Raymond Daniels. He can definitely give you all the information that you need and point you in the right directions. But the best way to kind of relate it to stuff that we kind of know about is take like your developmental teams, like when it comes to Major League Baseball. So you have your Major League teams, and then you have your farm league teams. Same thing with the NBA. You have your actual NBA team, and then you have the feeder teams who are developing the younger talent and the guys who are being scouted to one day become members of that team. So basically you have access to Raymond Daniels and all the other members of our team. You get the tutelage, you get their mentorship, and you get that camaraderie, that feeling of being belonging to a team, and you're just getting that firsthand. Because one of the many things that we get at tournaments all the time is, hey, how do I become an all-star? How do I become an all-star? So this is how you do it. So you can contact Raymond, get all the information that you need, and you get that direct contact with us.
And I'm pretty sure they have to still get selected even to be on that one, right? You can't just call the Delta and be like, hey, I want to do this, or
for sure, to an extent. But this is a very inclusive type of thing.
Wow. So this is like giving back
for the most part. Yeah, man. Contact us and we'll work it out.
This is giving back. That's great, man. I like to see
super inclusive.
Yeah, I like. There's teams that are like, maybe they pick up younger juniors before they're about to be adults, or they got a scout team, kind of like Murphy. Also, Murphy Gonzalez with his Velocity, he has the VFS team, which is the scout team, kind of going to the next step, and that's great. And then Bailey, you guys, man, you guys had your school team pretty much, right? That was pretty much, or you guys have been fighting together, not a school team, but like you guys have been together since juniors, man, right? You guys posted a picture, and I'm like,
yeah. So actually, I've been team fighting with Straight Up since I was like 9 years old. I was 9 years old fighting the 12-13 on the junior teams. So yeah, I'm very very familiar with fighting with Brandon and fighting with Armani. We've been doing it since we were young. So yeah, like that picture I posted, that was my freshman year of high school. So. We've been doing it for a while, yeah.
Hey, Romani was like super good, right? Coming out, he hasn't fought in a long time, also, right? Yeah, like he's from a junior.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. There's nothing like chemistry, right? Like you and your team and Joe Greenhall, have got this chemistry, man. Like that helps build championships. You guys, all stars, Kevin, I think that's like, if you see the best teams, you see them, so they look like a family for real. They eat together, they do everything together. And that's hard to get, man, right? That's hard to get. A lot of talent and chemistry like that. That's like something good. You guys both have it, man. That's awesome. So hey, so what do you think your predictions are, you know, going forward? What do you think with like NASCAR? You think it'll be back soon in January, by January, or what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
Or tournaments in general, like more bigger picture.
I don't think there'll be a NASCAR tournament until about March, maybe next year.
Yeah, it could happen. I know that they're talking about all that now, but
Yeah,
they gotta wait till it's safe, right? They gotta wait till it's safe because a big tournament of that size, you know, it's gonna be harder, right?
Yeah,
No.
I have no basis to even speculate. So, man,
Yeah.
I just hope everything can kind of go back to normal very soon. I hope our nation can take pages out of other nations' books that have handled this a little better. So,
Yeah, you're right. You know, but it is getting, I guess, a little bit better, little by little. I think hopefully, you know, this thing's gone. Hopefully, this is just this year's stuff going on. Next year, boom, you know, we go back to doing our thing. But I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. This was awesome. Shaquan didn't make it. I don't know what happened, but we'll get him on one of these days. He's TikTok famous, right? I know he doesn't like people to say TikTok famous, but he's a great competitor, right? He's a great competitor. Man, I've seen him since he was a kid out there, and he's growing up to like be a true star, you know, for real. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks to you guys for joining us. This show's also on YouTube. We got almost 1.1 million followers. Thanks to you guys. Kevin, thank you for coming on again. Bailey, man, I'll see you guys soon. All right.
I got the record, baby.